This is Rebound Stronger with Fauzi. Life is full of up and downs. It's easy when we're doing great, however, how we deal with the lows determines whether we are going to stay down for a long time or recover fast and become better. There is a saying, the hardest steel goes into the hottest furnace. I do believe that we can always overcome adversities. These struggles can come from a challenging childhood, financial issues, relationship problems, disabilities, and many other forms. I decided I need to start reaching out to people who have overcome these adversities. Learn from them how they use these difficulties as a stepping stone, how these setbacks change their life for the better. I record my conversations with them so that you can also learn from these amazing individuals. Take note and take massive actions to make our life better. This is Rebound Stronger podcast with Fauzi. Hi Rebound Stronger listeners. Today I have Rayson Choo, my friend, here with me in the studio. Welcome, Rayson.
Hi, it's really my honor and pleasure to be here to actually share about my story and my life anecdotes with you guys. Really appreciate it.
So Rayson is a psychiatric nurse, motivational speaker, as well as mindset coach. Rayson helps young individuals to master their minds so that eventually they can master their life. Let's start with something positive. What are you grateful for today?
Well, I'm grateful for I'm alive today. I'm able to share with everyone here that's watching this podcast, listening to the podcast, everything that I have to share with you guys. I'm really grateful for that, and also at the same time I'm grateful for the hands and legs I have to write with, to walk with as well. Yeah, without that,
a healthy body.
Yes, a healthy body as well, so that I can continue to pursue my dreams and achieve my goals in life.
Can you share more why you choose to become a psychiatrist nurse?
Well, I chose psychiatric nurse because of this person who is very dear to me, and that is my mom. The reason why I said that is because when I was young, she actually suffers from this mental disorder called schizophrenia. So schizophrenia is actually a mental disorder that has this kind of signs and symptoms, which includes having hallucinations. So they will either hear voices which we can't hear. So when they are alone, they get to hear voices, or even when they are in a crowded area, they are able to hear whispering voices whispering to them and stuff like that. And they will also have tactile hallucinations where they can feel things that are crawling underneath their skin. Well, but my mom don't have that. I'm thankful for it. But she has another sign which is called delusions. So delusions mean that the person will have false belief about something that has never happened at all. So yeah.
So how is she now?
Now she's at least, I would say on and off. She will be fine. At many times she will be able to chat with me and stuff like that. And also at the same time, you know, she's able to, because I had difficulty in communicating with her back in the past, right? So I joined this so that I can learn how to communicate better with her. So at this point of time, I'm able to communicate much better than as compared to before. Yeah. Okay. So and she has been going for follow-up treatments and stuff like that, which is really good for me. Yeah, and also good for her as well.
Share with us your maybe your low point in life and how you overcome that.
Alright, so my lowest point in life actually happened a few years back, and that was in the year 2014. So many people, I believe if they had actually listened to the podcast or even to the radio station 938 Live, right, they would have known that I actually had a very tough time in the year 2014. The reason why I say that was because firstly, I performed pretty bad in this Japanese clinic that I used to work in. I actually couldn't focus. I had a lot of relationship issues with my ex-girlfriend, and eventually after I lost my job, I lost a relationship as well. We broke up, and after that, my mom actually had a relapse as well. So everything went just haywire. Everything was just crumbling down for me at that period of time. So there was loss of job, means loss of finance, loss of income, right? So when I broke up with my girlfriend, it means loss of relationship as well. So I lost many things, and also at the same time, having my mom having a relapse, it gave me a lot of stress as well. So I was very stressed up in the year 2014. So, but yeah, I'm grateful that I made an honest mistake. I made an I would say the best mistake ever in 2014, because that was when I realized many things. And you know what I realized? I realized that life is not always about failing and failing all the time. And the thing is that whenever you fail, it's time for you to rebound stronger. And you will definitely rebound stronger. It just takes time. So you have to be patient. You have to realize that it takes a while for you to rise back up.
How long you were in that down period?
A few months.
Few
I mean,
months.
like 1-2 months maybe. And then after that, I managed to actually got hold of my friend who was into speaking as well. He used to be a thug. He used to be a thug in the secondary school, and he was actually quite a bad student as well. And I happened to see him, on his Facebook, and he was actually posting a picture of him talking, and I was quite surprised that hey, at first in the evening I was actually thinking about what I want to do, and wanting to achieve that dream of being a speaker, because I realized that after watching a commercial during the movie event with my friends. So apparently I was just browsing through Facebook and I happened to see that, and then I immediately took action. So I took action and I asked him, hey bro, how do you get this opportunity? And then after that, he just started to share with me a lot about what he was doing, and how he could actually help me to link me up with the mentor that I was really grateful for. Yeah, and I'm grateful that back then, within this tough period of time, this mentor of mine, he used to be a mentor for me. His name is David King. So he actually brought me into his schools to actually watch and learn how they actually train and speak to the students. So from there I grew from there. Yeah.
So you lost your job, you lost your relationships,
Yep.
and also your mom has a relapse.
Yeah.
So and one of the things you do, you reach out to your friends, to kind of people you see are already successful and maybe already there at the place you want to be, and try to learn from them.
Yes.
What do you do about how like in terms of getting a new job, how you deal with that situations?
For that, right? Well, basically, while I was actually speaking, I was also doing something else as well, and that was actually what we call as agency nurse. So
Okay.
agency nursing means I was actually working in Tan Tock Seng Hospital. What we do is that what we have to do is actually just to push the patients around from a place to another, bring them to different places, check their parameters, which is their heartbeat, pulse, their pulse rate, and then their blood pressure and stuff like that. And yeah, so while I was there, I happened to actually ponder, I want to really improve on my communication skills. M stands for mindfulness, right? So mindfulness doesn't mean that you have to just meditate. Yeah, you can meditate, but what I realized is that you need to be mindful about your thoughts, about what you want in life, about how you feel about yourself. Most importantly is how you feel about yourself. I'm not saying or teaching you to be narcissistic, okay? But it's a fact. Self-confident people will not always be bothered by what other people say, unless it's their family members, their gurus, mentors, teachers, and stuff like that. I'm not talking about academic teachers. I'm talking about teachers of life, people who are there to guide you through in terms of your business, in terms of your life skills, social skills, whatever that you are actually learning from all these gurus, yeah, they are the ones that will actually give you the hindsight of what you can't see at all. They will tell you, okay, so you are actually behaving this way, so what you can do is, then they'll advise you, or they will just ask you questions and stuff like that, and to make you have that aha moment. Alright, and then I means inspiration. So once you know what you want, why you want it, and stuff like that, right, then you will be inspired to do something. So that's where you strategize, you plan. Of course, I wouldn't want you to plan two years of your life just by planning out your drafting out or planning out your game plan. No, I would say that when you are inspired, right, you also have to draw inspiration from other people. So you will be able to draw inspiration from people that are actually been there, done that have been there, done that are what you want to be, or that how you foresee yourself in the next 5 to 10 years. And
how do you find those people?
How do you find that people? It can be through networking sessions. It could be through LinkedIn even, Facebook even, or anywhere that you can actually go and Google out and then look for their profile, and then after that send them DMs, PMs in Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that. And then from there, if they reply, awesome. If they don't reply, be persistent. And of course, you don't be like a freak and a stalker that say, hey, I need your help, I need your help. And every single time you just keep saying the same sentences over and over again, it will creep the freak out of that guy, right? Or that lady that you find inspiring and stuff like that. So yeah.
Tell us one instance where you approach people.
For me, right, because I also have been doing this thing called the Rexy Show. So I actually, I have influencers, friends who are influencers, Facebook friends, and I just approach them on Facebook. And then after that, I'll ask them, hey, I'm actually doing this, and I'm interested in getting you on this podcast, on this vodcast, for example. And then after that, just be sincere with whatever you have to say and whatever you have to ask. Just be sincere. Don't have to copy paste from Google and stuff like that, or from books that you read and then just copy all the whole chunk of sentences and just dump it into the messenger box and then send it over. Yeah, you just be sincere. And then of course the person, if they're busy, yeah, no choice, they won't reply so instantly. But there are those who are very nice entrepreneurs or successful people that really go and all out, you know, just to ensure that they are in connection, they are in contact with you. So they will just reply, and then I will normally just message them, and then from there they will just meet me up, and then we'll start the show rolling. So, and while I'm doing that show, I'm also learning as well, right? While I'm asking them questions, which I believe the audience would also like to learn as well, and then from there I learn, he shares, and also at the same time, while some of them, they are sharing, they also learn a little bit more about themselves as well, because they are actually some of them, they actually told me that, wow, thanks for this, having this show, man. You know, I learned some stuff about myself as well, and they learned some stuff from me, because I actually shared with them why I use certain media platforms to actually do all this recording and stuff like that. And they were quite surprised that, you know, there were so many people who are viewing it as well. So yeah, and from there you build friendship rather than just, you know, just acquaintanceship and that's it. Yeah, just build friendships from there. Of course, I can't say that they will be your best friends, but at least there will be a good connection with you, and then after that they will connect you to other people, right? Yeah. So yeah, then from there you can learn from the others as well.
And
N means nurture. So if let's say you do not know what or how you're gonna do it, so you need to learn from there. From there you need to learn. If you want to be a marketer, for example, and you are pretty bad at Facebook, social media marketing and stuff like that, then you have to learn. Either learn it from those courses that's WDA, where Singapore has this subsidized $500 you can deduct from. Yeah, go ahead. Or if you manage to find someone that's in the private sector, which are all those gurus, self-made millionaires and stuff like that, and you want to follow them, you want to learn from them, then by all means you need to save the money, you need to really invest in yourself. Because the most important asset that you have is not your house, is not your wife, is not your children. I mean, children is important as well, but the most important one, if you're single, is your mind, is yourself. Yeah, the intellectual property is very important. You can't depend on your kids to learn whatever you have learned, because they might have different habits, they might have different passion, they might have different hobbies as well as compared to you or me. So we can't just say, oh, my child, I make sure that they become like me, or they become like Li Ka-shing, they become like Gary Vee, they become like Anthony Robbins. No, hell no, that will not happen unless their desires are like that. Then we can allow them to actually go for it. But if that's not their case, then why do we have that false hope then, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's for nurture. So if let's say you find that finding gurus are very tough, right? Or if let's say you want Anthony Robbins to come to your doorstep, it's so hard, right? Then you can buy their books. You can buy audio books, physical books. If you're like me, I love collecting physical books and passing down to the next generation. Yeah, by all means, buy the books and then read, highlight them, and then learn from them, absorb, and then after that implement them. Yeah, whatever that works for you, just implement. If you find that anything that is pretty user friendly and it can be applied in Singapore, then by all means just give it a try, give it a go.
The last part, the D.
D means decisions. So you need to actually learn how to make effective decisions. If let's say you are making decisions like you want to take drugs, you want to invest in Bitcoin, and you do not know what the heck is Bitcoin, then of course you're going to lose all the money. If you listen to what all your friends say, and your friends are those coffee shop uncles, no offense, right? Those coffee shop uncles, those aunties that always love listening to what other people has to say, and then they follow. They say, oh, today is a total big sweep, and then you're gonna earn $4 million if you're gonna buy this, and then the next moment they purchase it, and then after that they lost the money, and then they will be filled with regrets. That amount could have been spent on family members or stuff like that, or books or anything that they can invest in, but they tend to listen to other people, which wasn't the best way, right? So yeah, if you want to listen to the experts rather than listening to just the Tom, Dick and Harry, the Annie and the May, that are sharing.
What's your success habit?
My success habit will be reading.
Reading.
Yeah,
How
definitely.
often do you read?
Daily. I will be reading daily. It's either reading while I'm on the commute, okay, while I'm traveling to my workplace, traveling to meet my girlfriend, my friends, and stuff like that. I will be reading. Yeah, or not, I'll be listening to podcasts. Yeah, these two are the most important ones for me, I would say, because they are educational.
What are the books which has impacted you?
Well, what I would say, the books that has impacted me, I would say, would be How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. His books are really classic. This book has taught me a lot, because back when I was in poly year 1 or year 2, I was actually having difficulty in talking to people. To be frank, last time I wasn't so chatty like now, or even so sociable, because I had conflicts with my classmates and etc. Right? So my friend actually, my best bud Ken, actually realized that, and he bought me this book during my birthday. He passed it to me and read it, and I'm thankful that I've reread it for about 3 times or 4 times already. And this book, the reason why it has impacted me is because the values that he has taught was intriguing. The values on how to actually communicate with people, how to actually influence people, so that you can be a leader, and then they will be able to listen to you, and they will have a buy-in in whatever you say. Yeah, this book is really good. It is one of the best books I would say I've read so far. Yeah, this book is definitely a must-buy for everyone. If you want to learn how to be more sociable, you want to learn how to be able to socialize with people, how to actually connect with people, how to communicate with people, then this book is a definite must-buy for you. The second book that I want to share with is called Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. This book has taught me a lot about my niche. What's my niche? If you, let's say you want to sell something, be it a product or service, you need to know what's a niche, right? So this book has allowed me to find my niche, and also at the same time taught me how to build a tribe from there, and how to build a culture. Because this book actually taught us that many legendary people, Jesus Christ, for example, even Hitler, okay, even though Hitler wasn't
on the other end.
Yeah, it's on the other end, wasn't the best of the best in terms of personality, but his leadership was a killer. He actually managed to lead Germany. He managed to lead Germany and promised them that they will be out of this, they will be able to win the war. They will be able to conquer. And eventually they literally believed him, and they actually followed him. So that was the kind of culture that he actually provided and produced over the years in Germany as a leader, right? So the same thing goes for us. If we want to be a leader, we need to actually know how to be a leader, and also at the same time know how to be a follower, right? So this book actually taught me a lot of things about that, which I believe you guys can actually order online. Yeah, it's not on Kinokuniya and stuff like that. It's online, so you can actually purchase it in his website. Yeah, expertsecrets.com. Yeah.
One last question. What's your definition of courage?
In my opinion, courage is actually having the ability to be brave enough to take that leap of faith to go towards your goal and your dreams. So meaning to say that if you want to be a writer, if you want to be a singer and stuff like that, if you want to be that, then you have to take that leap of faith and go and learn, and then after that take action and go towards that opportunity and grab them as much as possible, and don't allow them to fly away.
Thanks a lot, Rayson, for coming over and sharing your life story as well as your mind frameworks. Rebound Stronger listeners, that was my friends, Rayson Choo, a mindset coach, psychiatric nurse, as well as motivational speaker. We'll see you in